Living Memorial Park. The earliest information regarding the land now occupied by Living Memorial Park dates back to 1790, with the census mention of John Dickerman. The property eventually passed to Russell Hiram Briggs in 1900. R.H. Briggs bred Guernsey cows until his death in 1932. It then became the property of Charles Clark, a grandson of R.H. Briggs. The Clark farm was idle for over 20 years. In 1944, Mr. William Evans of Townsend wrote a letter to the Brattleboro Daily Reformer suggesting starting a fund for a living memorial after World War II was over. He suggested individuals purchase war bonds equal to the number of Brattleboro men and women in the armed services. The Kiwanis Club took charge of the war bond sales drive. Bonds and donations totaled $33,875. Mrs. Minnie Clark agreed to sell the land. The purchase price, $35,000. An account of the farm, Elmdale Farm, Then and Now by Mary C. Briggs, details life on the farm. She states, the house with its many rooms stood approximately on what is now the softball field. The farm included a barn that yielded eggs, meat, vegetables, fruit, and cattle. It included 2 pairs of workhorses, sheds, a wool house, vegetable garden, strawberry bed, an apple orchard, pasture chickens, pure spring water from shallow wells dug in the hillside. The hill today is part of Living Memorial Park's ski tow, a piggery, and the town stone crusher was located in a gravel pit on the property. Cattle were pastured on the hillside and across Western Avenue on land that is now New England Drive. Grandsons remember ski jumping 50 to 75 feet off homemade ski jumps and having to stop traffic on Guilford Street for the skiers to complete their runs. In the early summer of 1937, Robert Billings, Elliot Barber, Floyd Messenger, and John Dunham formed a plan to build and operate a ski tow in Brattleboro. The construction of the Guilford Street ski tow began. It opened to the public in January of 1938, operating on the Clark farm. For its time, the tow was one of the most modern in New England. An all-day ticket cost 35 cents and a half-day ticket was a quarter. In 1939, lights were added and a tow operated 3 nights each week. The ticket price for night skiing was 25 cents. The 1,100-foot rope tow had its terminal building built up on 2 large timbers at the bottom of the hill. It was quite modern by any standards in that it had a fairly large electric motor for power that would easily handle 300 skiers per hour. When the rope reached the top, it traveled around a 3-foot bull wheel and came back to the bottom, riding on Model A Ford wheels fixed to the top of light poles, about 16 feet high and 60 feet apart. After World War II was declared on December 8, 1941, life changed. Members of the Vermont National Guard unit in Brattleboro left en masse, more than 200 at one time. Men were drafted and men and women were volunteering. Of the 4 men who created the rope tow, only John Dunham remained behind. The ski area continued to operate during the war. In 1944, William Evans' letter was published proposing a fund be established to create a living memorial to honor those men and women who served during World War II. This proposal was different. It was suggested that the funds be used to buy the old Clark farm where the rope tow had been in order to establish a living memorial recreation area with a swimming pool and other facilities. The ski tow that had been built in 1937 was moved, upgraded, and began operating. The Brattleboro Lions Club built the road which leads to the upper park, named Living Memorial Park Drive. Several young people's groups continued efforts and cleared land and reforested other parts. In 1956, the town voted overwhelmingly to build a swimming pool for $115,000. Swampy land was drained and a pond was dug. The Brattleboro Elks Club landscaped the area around the pool. Through a donation from the Rotary Club, the rope tow was upgraded in 1966 to a Doppelmayr T-bar. The Lions Club built the road leading to the upper level of the park. A swamp behind the swimming pool was converted into a skating pond, and the Kiwanis Club built the shelter at the top of the hill. The Brattleboro Women's Club received donations for the purchase of picnic tables, and the Women's Evening Club donated lights for the pond. The American Legion funded the construction of the softball field next to the pool, and the Brattleboro Athletic Club and Dunham Brothers donated money for the small fry baseball diamond. Many other clubs and individuals made donations to create the landscaping and playground adjoining the swimming pool area. In 1957, Brattleboro was one of 11 communities to earn the title All-American City. In 1974, the Nelson Withington skating rink was constructed, replacing horseshoe courts, and in 1975, tennis courts were created. In 1984, the Rotary Club supported the building of the outdoor theater, and in 1987, another small fry field was built. In 1995, because of unpredictable snow and financial considerations, the town decided to stop operating the ski tow that had been in use since 1955. In 1997, a nonprofit organization, Living Memorial Park Snow Sports, began operating the lift. The only remaining farm building from the farm days is a white garage opposite the swimming pool complex used to store park equipment.